Welcome back everyone to this episode of Fallout 4 Mods. And for our first one, as you can probably see a bunch of them, this one is going to be Robot Home Defense by the Talkie Toaster. And pretty much it adds the ability to craft robots for your settlements, which will increase the defense of your settlements. From anything
Do
like
I
Mr.
look like I
Gutsy,
have time for idle
medical
chit-chat?
protectrons, the fire protectrons, even Miss Nanny will be available to be crafted. You can even craft the Assaultrons and the Sentry bots. To do that, you just go into the crafting station, all the way over to defense, and there will be a new section called robots. From there, you have four selections of the different robots. So let's see if I can show off some of these. So let's see with the Sentry bot. As you see, you need a robotics expert of 3 to craft the Sentry bot, but it does increase the defense of your settlements by 50 for one of them and 35 for the other. For the Assaultrons, you're going to see 30 for one, 40 for the other. Again, you're going to need a robotics expert perk of 3 for these particular robots. However, for the Mr. Handy robots, as you see, robotics expert of 2, but the rest of them are going to be a rank 1. And as you can see, Mr. Handy will increase happiness by 20. Miss Nanny will also increase happiness by 20. Though I don't think you can use that to actually increase the overall happiness of your settlement, I believe. As for the Protectrons, as you see, increase happiness of 5, defense of 8, increase happiness of 25, produces 4 defense, and you see 10 and 8. There is one, however, like this one. If you have 5 razor grain, you can actually craft it, and it will provide 3 food and 3 water for your settlers. So you could probably just build a bunch of these, though the only downside to this is you will be using up your fusion cores for your, power armor. That would be the only downside to this particular mod, because every robot you craft is going to take a fusion core. So, again, you're going to need the robotics expert, so it does actually create a need to take that particular perk. Alright, now let's go on to our next mod. And our next mod is Functional Weapon Racks. Display your collection by Secret Agent 99. As you can tell, I've already thrown up a lot of stuff on these weapon racks, and some of them are a little bit full, some of them not so much. As you can see, I even threw things in here which aren't apparently showing up, so I just do that. And to put things on the weapon racks, like I'm showing, you just have to find it, throw it up on the board, and they will display. There is, however, a bit of a thing with the Fat Man. As you can tell, it doesn't display well on the board. It also doesn't display well on the boxes there. I have no idea why that is. It could just be because of the way that the weapon was actually made, that it displays like that on these kinds of things. But this adds what should have been in the game from the start. I mean, you load up the main menu, you see these things says weapon racks in the background on the main menu. So no idea why it wasn't there or why Bethesda chose not to do it, but Secret Agent decided, why the hell not, and put it into the game. As you see, these boards, they all have their own kinds of things. Like, as you can see on this is throwables. So you have mines and grenades that can go up on here. Over here is the display rack for the melee unarmed, which is the reason why it's got boxing gloves in it right now. So as you can tell, one-handed melee weapons, two-handed melee weapons, large weapons, one-handed, like small weapons. They all serve their own kind of purpose. The only downside to this mod is it will not show weapon mods on it. It will show just the basic model of the weapons themselves. But don't be discouraged by that. I mean, you can actually just put these up where, like, anywhere in your settlement. You can have it displayed. You could throw them, like, say you did what I did, made a huge power armor museum, and then you want to expand upon that, and you can make like a wing for weapons. You can make a wing for whatever you want, and it will actually display. I do believe, however, that the mod author might still be working on this, so stay on the lookout for possible updates to the mod itself. Whereas any mods that you have on the weapons will actually be displayed on the weapons. That I would actually like to see for this mod, uh, because then you'd have a bunch of unique kind of looking weapons in this game, like just on display. Uh, However, if you wanted to, you can't just say, like, I want to pick up that boxing glove there. You can't just go and take it off. As you can see, you actually have to go into the menu. Sometimes it will just freak out like that. So, to get it back up on there after you've taken it down, you just need to find it again. As you see, it was displayed as boxing glove, but it is not, in fact, a boxing glove. It is a legendary item which has its own unique name. So you got the quick draw and powerful one, but if you scroll over them like this, you'll just see boxing glove. It's just a minor thing at this point, but I think it might get fixed in the future. Hopefully it will. Same thing with the different ways that weapons are displayed. Possibly when the creation kit for the game comes out, we'll be able to see a lot more improvement to a lot of the mods that are currently out. Then that's what I'm kind of hoping for. Alright, now let's move on to our next mod. And we have ourselves a retexture of the 10mm. This is the two-tone 10mm by Intention 89. And the one I actually installed, because he has two different versions of this mod, is the black and chrome. You do have just the regular black and metal. I chose the chrome because the chrome stands out pretty well against the black. So, again, if you are tired of just the standard look of the 10mm and want something that's a little more unique, just pops a bit, this is going to be the mod for you. I mean, I really like the looks of this. You probably saw some of them on the weapons rack, like some 10mm. They actually look fairly nice displayed. So this is one of those mods, I think, that it's small, it's slightly subtle, but it has a rather large impact in the game. So if I was to say, I don't know, equip my 10mm, as you can see, it actually looks a lot nicer in first-person mode or view as well. They did a really nice job on the textures and keeping the whole thing just clean looking. So this is one of those mods that are going to actually be really useful. And since I am in first person mode, I have another mod that I would like to show. And this one is for those people that are tired of the different color for the recon scope. This is Clear Recon Scope by Becalavar RU, I believe it's called. And as you can see, it does not change the color of your screen. I was having quite a huge problem with the vanilla scope, where it would just take over my entire screen when I'm not even using it. So it became an issue. This is actually a really good one because when it doesn't actually have any kind of transition, it just zooms in like any other regular scopes, and doesn't have like that gray, just like drowned out in everything in gray kind of look. So it still works as a recon scope. It just is a clearer view, with all the color and whatnot. So, hope you like this week's episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. And, yeah, I think that the robot mod actually does increase happiness, because usually my settlement's happiness hovers around about 84 or so. So, enjoy these mods. Take care. See you next week.